What's up, and welcome to the Sisterhood Corner. To the newbies, welcome. To those who've been here before, welcome back. It's on to the next letter. This one reads, The Prisoner I Love. Hi, I hope you are doing well. I am a lady who is career driven, has always made great decisions, and my family is super proud of me. I am a mom to a daughter, and though my relationship with her father didn't work out, we co-parent beautifully. My daughter is now in varsity and has become independent, thus leaving me lots of extra time on my hands. I met and started chatting to a man online a few months ago. As I felt it was time I went back into the dating scene. After a month of chatting, he outright told me that he was in prison. It was hard to believe because he sounded educated, intelligent, and solid. He then told me what his crime was, and that made me even more curious about him as a person. I scheduled time and went to visit him in prison, and I've been sprung ever since. Hey. He is good looking, smart, and the kind of man I see myself with. My sister, with only one visit. Okay, maybe it's more. Okay. He showed me his prison ID to confirm that indeed he was not in for a violent crime, but was in there for white-collar crime. We have been talking for months, and the man spoils me rotten. Hey? I receive flowers randomly, and whatever issues I have that require money, he offers a solution without me even asking. He will be getting out of prison soon, and I have made arrangements for him to come and stay with me. Hey! Tufiakwa. My friends are not happy and say I'm thinking from a loneliness point of view, but I feel strongly about this man. I think my friends are judgmental and are wrong about him. Something in my gut tells me I have found the one. Am I wrong for wanting to live a little? I've been cautious all my life. I would like to go with what I feel for once and live in the moment. Am I wrong? First of all, thank you so much for sending the letter through. Or trusting the Sisterhood Corner with it at that. While I try not to get all judgmental, God knows I try, I also want to make sure I give you the facts as I see them from my point of view. Then the other ladies will obviously come in the comment section. They'll give you their take. I don't know how much of, you don't say which platform you met this man on, but I don't know how much of, TikTok lives you watch with prisoners or people who've been to prison and them cautioning ladies about men in prison and that sort of thing, right? I don't know how much of that you watch, but based on that, and I think this sounds like a story I've read somewhere. I don't know if there's a book called Prison Love. I think, as I'm reading this, that's what came to mind. But anyway, yours could be a different story. I mean, we don't know. This man could really be legit. It could be different. We don't know. I'm going to start addressing the letter. Okay, the one question where you ask is is it wrong for me to wanting to live a little? No, there's nothing wrong with living a little. But also put safety measures, right? It's okay to do it responsibly so. Having done due diligence, especially in a case like this. Because based on the things we've heard on the lives, the man that you see who's in prison and the man who gets out of prison become two different men. You don't know this man as yet. You know the part you know, as he's shown you who he is while in prison. You don't know what he's truly, truly like when he's outside of a prison and he doesn't have to follow the rules of, anybody's rules, and it's just his rules. So on the knowing part, I'm nervous about how well you know this man. But then again, I can't dismiss how you feel or what your intuition tells you. What I noticed at the beginning of your letter, you made it a point to inform us that you are an intelligent woman, you are career driven, you've always made great decisions, and your family is super proud. That's the part I picked up. And I feel like you said this so as to say that we must then trust your judgment regarding this man. Now, sister, I'll tell you this. A lot of us are smart, educated women, but we once or twice we've made some decisions based on how we feel about men, and they turned out to bomb out in our faces. So being intelligent, driven, career driven, and all of that, and you always being the belle of the ball within the family, or the apple of your parents' eyes, and all. It doesn't guarantee you'll make super decisions when it comes to the love department. I just thought I'd get that out of the way, right? So what I won't do though is argue with your gut. If your gut tells you that he's the guy, then I can't argue with that. Remember, now it's each to their own, right? Love comes in different shapes and forms. And having mentioned the story with prisoners, it doesn't mean all prisoners are like that. There are people who've married prisoners after they left prison, and they've had normal, pretty great lives. So yours could be one of that minority, right, of people. What worries me is the fact that listen, there's not a lot, but I take it you are summarizing a lot, which is only fair. What worries me is how you talk about how he shows that he sends you whatever issues you have, whether it's money problems, and he shows up and he's there and all of that and that. Listen, this could be him being a man who likes to provide, or it could just be him running whatever he needs to run so that he earns your trust. And then once he's in your house, he gets to show the real him. Or once he's in your house, he will scam you. So anything is possible. My thing is, I don't want you to wait for this man, and once he gets out of prison, you think you're going to live happily ever after, and expect one thing only to get another. All I'm simply saying is prep yourself up for whatever will come once he's moved in. Don't get your hopes up. I think that once he gets out of prison, that's where the relationship will truly start. You'll start getting to know each other properly. Because right now, I don't know. I think maybe you think you know each other, but I don't think so. I think the actual getting to know each other will start once he gets out of prison and he moves into your house. But more than anything, please remember, though your daughter is at varsity, on holidays, she'll come back home. Whatever you do your due diligence about this man, and make sure you're not inviting somebody who's going to be a threat to your child in any way, shape, or form. Think of your daughter before everything and anything else. It's one thing if you had said to me, he's getting out of prison, da 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 da. I wouldn't, that's okay. You could have continued your relationship. You would have stayed wherever he stays. But I'm worried about him coming to your house. As somebody who seems to have so much money, couldn't he have bought a property or properties before he went in? Didn't he have places to stay? Didn't he build a house somewhere in the rurals? Or I'm just trying to understand, like a guy who seems to have money, doesn't he have an address somewhere where he could have gotten out and gone to? And then you guys would have continued your relationship and see how it goes while he's there. I don't know. Something about him wanting to move into your house. Something in the milk ain't clean, honey. Something is not sitting right with my spirit about that. But then again, it could just be overthinking me, And obviously, like I said, the prison stories we've heard over the years up there on TikTok and how prisoners operate and the things they do. Once again, I'll say, not all of them. Some have been success stories, but then from where I'm standing, that has been a minority. So listen, I think about this. Well, he's already moving in. I don't know how much time he has left. If I were you, if he still had a few months more, before it's finalized as to where he's going, I would change that. I'd say, listen, something has come up, I'm moving back home. Find a place where you're going to get out, and then we'll continue our relationship. Find another place where you're going to stay, because, when you get out of prison, because then we'll continue our relationship from there. Because I'm telling you, him moving into your house, that's a bad decision. That's a bad idea. But then I stand to be corrected. You're more than welcome a few months down the line or a year later, when you guys are married, to send me another letter and say, Sisters Corner, you were wrong. And now I will take it. But this one, But let the other ladies advise you in the comment section. Let's hear what the other ladies think. Good luck.